Hi, I'm Pam Hayes from Hayes Sewing Machine Company, and today we're going to be talking about a Bernina embroidery option that will come on some of the embroidery machines for Bernina. It's called Continuous Embroidery. And how you know you have it is this. So I'm going to choose my design, and I'm going to go in and choose a quilting design. Scroll up. So many pretty choices. That's the problem. Alright, so there you go. We have, let's just make this a little darker so you can see it. Alright, so there's my quilting design. And if you have continuous embroidery as an option, when you're in your pencil mode or the editing mode, if you hit your eye, you should see 3 butterflies joined in a row. And when you touch that, it is going to put markers down. And if you see, there are little red markers. I'm going to be sewing the design in the vertical direction. However, if you were doing horizontal, you could always do them on the sides. So that's great. That's what I want. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to be working today with my midi hoop, though this technique that I'm showing you will work with any of the hoops. And I'm going to also just move my design up towards the top. So I'm utilizing all the room that I need. Alright, so now at this point I'm going to hit my needle, ... and it's telling me that if I had a hoop on, take it off. Alright, I'm going to hit again needle, ... and it's going to be very bossy and it's going to say, okay, put the hoop on. Let me show you how to hoop. So we're going to go over to the table here, and I'm doing a quilting design. So I have done my fabric with 2 pieces of fabric with batting in between. I have drawn a line. So if you're doing this on a quilt, placemat, make sure you draw your line the entirety, the length that you want to work with. I'm going to take your templates that come with your hoops. We're going to line this up, and I'm going to make sure that I'm lining. See how, again, I have that line on my material. I want to line that up in the center of my hoop. So you can see how I have it lined up on that main center line. And that's going to help you for recognition, because you need to make sure that whenever you go to hoop, because remember, we're going to be taking this repeatedly in and out because it's going to be way bigger than our quilt frame. There you go. So you can see how, again, I have it lined up. On the midi hoop, it has a ratcheting system, so I'm making sure that everything is good, and then I'm just going to give it a little push down, and I'm ready to go. Alrighty. Attaching my hoop. Okay. Now you're going to take a look, and this is a single color quilting design. However, if you take a look on the colors in the actual design, you'll see how there's 3. So it's going to be the quilting design, and then it's going to be the 2 ending checks, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So at this point, and this is where no matter how many times I do quilting, with my embroidery machine. It's mesmerizing. And I'm going through my design. And this particular one is going to be about a 4-minute sewing out for this point. The model that I'm working with is a 590. The other models that'll have the continuous, off the top of my head, 880, 790, 790 plus. So those will have the continuous. And again, just take a look in your edit section. That's where it's going to have it. And we're going to let it sew this out and finish the quilting design, and then we'll be right back. All right, we have finished sewing the actual quilting design. You'll see we're at number 2, and then you'll see where it basically says endless marker. And it's a different color, so that's why the machine stopped, because it sees it as a different color. You can actually sew it as a different color. I don't. I just keep the same one. And then you'll notice it then says endless marker, but it's the second one. All right, so we have our markers. Now, the screen is your important choice next. You take a look. Checker flag means I'm done. Well, but we're not really done. So we want to hit the continuous, so the side on the right-hand side. We're going to hit the continuous, and we're going to hit check. And we're going to leave it for just one moment. All right, so now I need to rehoop. So I'm going to take again my hoop out. Remember how I put my template in. And what we're trying to do, remember, we need to keep the line on the grid in the same position. And you want to make sure that you are not hooping so close that you don't have any wiggle room. We need to make sure that the continuous or the endless markers are in your embroidery field.
How far would you go in? About an inch?
Yeah, about an inch.
Okay.
Okay. So again, I line it up, and we're just going to move it around a little bit. All right, that looks good. All right, so now, so again, you can see the markers and then my line. Okay, now you try to get it as straight as possible. I mean, that is the whole goal of this thing. However, you know, they've allowed for that a little bit too. We're going to hit. Alrighty, at this point, I have my markers. I'm going to hit the top upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to move my dials, just like we would be moving the dials to position anything in the hoop. My goal is to have it, the needle penetration, to be at the tip of the point, and I'm almost there, but not quite. So see how I'm right in the center. Okay, right in the tip. That's the one. Now I want to do it to the other side.
And let me show them what.
Okay, so this is where we were. Again, that gave me the left side. And then I want to see if this one measures up, or positions, I should say. And yeah, pretty close. I'm going to scooch it a smidge. But not bad. All right. So again, when you put your hoop in, you're going to choose the top. If you're coming this direction, vertical, I'm sorry. And you know, the other one. You're going to go, again, you're looking for the top notch, top tip. And to do that, again, you're looking, and again, you rotate your needle down.
All right, let me scan out so they can see both. All right.
Okay, so this is what your screen is going to look like. If I'm going for the left one, I want to hit on the left. Again, I rotate my needle down. I'm looking for it to be at the tip. If I'm doing the other side, my other marker, again, want to make sure that it's at the tip. And I guarantee you'll have to move it because you won't really know where the machine's going to line up. But remember, that's where you use your pieces on the side. All right, now at this point, we are going to hit the check because we are done that. And lower your foot. And then hit the start. And away you go. And drink your coffee, plan your next embroidery, and you're good to go.
That's cool.
Isn't that a neat...
Look at that, it touches perfectly.
There you go. And that's all you have to do. And you tell your friends it was really hard. All right, so we can see we lined up. That was the first one we did. And we joined there for the second. And that's the finished product.